My precious child, my beloved one, I ask you to draw near to this message right now. Do not turn away, and do not let your attention wander, because the heavens have been holding their breath, waiting for this exact moment where your eyes would meet these words. There has been something powerful, something intense happening around your name in the high places. It is something you have sensed in your spirit but could not quite find the words to explain. You are not imagining it. You are not making it up. A specific spiritual assignment was sent to attack your blessing, but Jesus himself stepped in before the darkness could reach you. Do not move away from this screen. Everything you are about to hear carries the specific energy of the miracle you have been praying for during your sleepless nights. My beloved, before you go any deeper into this truth, you must listen with your spirit, not just your mind. If this message has found its way to you today, it means that heaven has removed 3 massive barriers just to bring it before your eyes. Jesus warned, "If my child skips this truth, they will walk blindly into a danger they are not prepared for." That is why you were stopped right here. That is why you paused right now. Nothing in the spiritual realm is accidental. You were pulled here. You were guided here. You were chosen to see what others are too busy to see. My child, if you desire to receive more confirmations like this, stay connected to this source. You may subscribe so these divine warnings and blessings reach your spirit without delay. Heaven releases signs constantly, but only those who stay watchful and connected receive them in time to act. My beloved, blessings multiply when they are shared. Share this message with someone you love, or send it to a friend who needs hope. By extending this light to others, you are opening a door for favor to return to you multiplied. Now, quiet your heart and listen. You have felt something strange in your spirit recently, haven't you? A sudden heaviness, an unexplained delay, a strange fear that rose up in your chest for no logical reason. That was the exact moment your blessing came under attack. Someone's jealousy toward your light, someone's hidden envy, someone's silent hatred created a storm in the unseen realm. You did not know the source, but Jesus did, and he stopped what was coming toward you. My beloved, do not miss this next part, for it is the key to your freedom. The blessing you are about to receive is bigger than anything you have ever touched before. It is a law of the Spirit. Anything that carries great light will always attract great shadows. But heaven did not let the shadows touch you. Jesus blocked a spiritual attack that was meant to steal your breakthrough. The enemy is furious right now because you were not supposed to survive this season as strongly as you are standing today. My child, show the enemy that you are not afraid. Press the like button on this video as a prophetic act of faith. By doing so, you are signaling to the spiritual realm that you are standing strong and that you believe your breakthrough is accelerating right now. My child, you may sit there wondering, why me? Why was my blessing attacked? I have tried to be good. I have tried to be kind. The answer is simple but profound. It is because your destiny is louder than your doubts. Your future is louder than your past. Your spirit is louder than the people who tried to silence you. There is something woven into your soul that threatens the darkness. You shine even when you are not trying to shine. You rise even when others push you down. You inspire people without even speaking a word. That is why the attack came, but that is also exactly why heaven fought so hard for you. My beloved, there is something Jesus wants you to understand deep in your bones. The blessing they tried to stop is still coming. It has not been canceled, but now it carries double strength. What was delayed will return to you multiplied. Nothing is lost in God's kingdom. Nothing is stolen forever. What is truly yours cannot be taken by any human hand or any spiritual force. Not anymore. The seal of heaven is upon it. If you believe that Jesus has placed his divine seal upon your life and your blessing is secure, type Amen in the comments below. Let this simple act be your spiritual signature, confirming that you trust his protection over your destiny. Listen carefully, because this is the part that was hidden from your understanding until today. There was a person who spoke your name with deep negativity. They did not do it loudly. They did it quietly, privately, in the shadows. But the energy of their heart was enough to send a spiritual block into your path. Jesus saw this happen. He looked at the situation and said, "Not this child, not this one. Their season cannot be touched." And in that single moment of divine authority, every force that rose against you collapsed like dust in the wind. My child, my beloved, have you ever wondered why you suddenly felt tired, drained, or confused for absolutely no reason? You woke up feeling heavy, even after sleeping. That was the residue of the attack Jesus intercepted. You did not get the full impact because he stopped it midway. Even the confusion you felt was only 1% of what was intended for you. Heaven shielded you from the remaining 99%. My beloved, let this truth sink into the deepest part of your heart. You are not weak. You are not unlucky. You are not forgotten. The very fact that Jesus intervened personally proves that your blessing is precious, time-sensitive, and divinely protected. Something massive is coming your way, and heaven refuses to let you lose it. My child, this next part may shake you, but it is necessary for your growth. Jesus did not just stop the spiritual attack. He rewired the blessing itself. What was once simply a breakthrough is now a divine turning point. We are speaking of something that will change your direction, your finances, your peace, and your entire future. It is not a small blessing anymore. It is a life-shifting miracle. And this is why he brought you to this message today. Because if you did not receive this confirmation, you would have walked into the next few days feeling weak, confused, or afraid. But now you will walk with awareness. You will walk with strength. You will walk with spiritual clarity. This message is heaven giving you the instruction manual before your miracle arrives at your door. My child, do not walk this path alone. Press the subscribe button right now as an act of spiritual alignment. By connecting here, you are positioning yourself to receive every instruction heaven sends for this new season. My child, my beloved, do not stop reading. Something inside of you is awakening as these words reach your spirit. You can feel it, can't you? Your chest feels lighter. Your breathing shifts and becomes deeper. Your intuition feels sharper. That is because you are stepping out of the shadow of the attack Jesus blocked. My beloved, the enemy wanted to make you feel like nothing is working for you. He wanted you to feel like your prayers were unanswered, like heaven was silent and the doors were locked. But heaven was never silent. Heaven was fighting for you so fiercely that the battle was too loud for you to hear. You could only survive to see the victory. My child, let me reveal what Jesus said at the exact moment your blessing was attacked. He said, "This child has suffered enough. No more delays, no more losses, no more spiritual interference." And in that moment, the entire direction of your path changed. My beloved, there is something else you must know. The person who wished negativity toward you is going to face their own lesson. Not because heaven wants to punish them out of anger, but because they must understand that touching a chosen one carries consequences. Their own negative energy will return to them, and they will realize they should have kept your name out of their emotions. My child, you are entering a new vibration. You are stepping into a fresh spiritual atmosphere, a divine season where attacks cannot touch you the same way anymore. Jesus has placed a spiritual wall around you. Things that used to shake you will no longer have power over your emotions. People who once intimidated you will now feel distant, powerless, and irrelevant in your spirit. My beloved, the blessing that was under attack will reveal itself in 3 specific forms: a release, a restoration, and a revelation. You will feel one of these within the next few days. It may come as sudden peace that makes no sense. It may come as unexpected money. It may be a message, a phone call, a shift in someone's behavior, or an opportunity that appears out of nowhere. But when it comes, you will know. You will feel it in your gut that this is the blessing Jesus protected. My child, do not scroll past this. Your miracle is closer than your fear. Heaven is not warning you to scare you. Heaven is preparing you to receive. My beloved, you are chosen. That is why this attack failed, and that is why this blessing will rise. My child, do you feel the shift already? There is a quiet stirring in your spirit as you continue reading. That is not your imagination. That is alignment. Your inner world is waking up to a truth your outer world has not yet seen. The blessing Jesus protected is now moving towards you again. And every word you receive here pulls it closer. My beloved, heaven is not just speaking to you. It is opening something inside you. There are moments in life when a message is not just heard, it is received in the soul. This is one of those moments. You are guided here because Jesus needs you prepared, not confused, for what is coming. You are entering the season where things finally make sense. My child, listen carefully. The spiritual attack you survived was not just meant to stop your blessing. It was meant to break your confidence. The enemy knew that if he could not steal your miracle, he could at least weaken the person who was meant to receive it. But Jesus did not allow even that. He protected the blessing, and he protected the vessel, which is you. My beloved, there is a grace over your life that others do not understand. They see you struggle, but they cannot understand how you rise with no explanation. They watch you fall, but they cannot explain how you stand again without help. They witness your pain, but they cannot comprehend your strength. What they do not see is the divine force standing behind you, holding you up when your knees are weak. My child, do not underestimate the intensity of what was coming your way. The attack was not small. It was crafted from envy, resentment, and the silent curses of someone who pretended to care. They saw your blessing before you did. They sensed your breakthrough before you felt it. Their spirit reacted to your light before your reality changed. But Jesus reacted faster. My beloved, this is why your spirit feels lighter now. Because the weight that wasn't yours has been lifted. The energy that clung to you has been removed. You are stepping out of a spiritual trap that you didn't even know was beneath your feet. My child, let me tell you the moment heaven intervened. It was when your heart said, "I am tired, but I won't give up." That whisper of faith activated divine protection. You didn't see the angels who surrounded you. You didn't see the wall of light Jesus placed around your path. But every force that rose against you saw it and retreated. My beloved, this is why you must keep going. Your blessing is not just a blessing anymore. It is a testimony. It is a story heaven will use to show the world what happens when a chosen one refuses to collapse. My child, have you felt it lately? There has been a sensation bubbling up inside you, a feeling that something incredibly good is about to happen, yet you cannot explain why you feel it. Your mind looks at your bank account, your relationships, or your current struggles and says, there is no reason to be hopeful. But your spirit says, get ready. That feeling is not a delusion. That is spiritual intuition. That is the echo of the miracle Jesus rescued on your behalf. That is the vibration of your specific destiny calling out your name once again. My beloved, there is something critically important you need to understand today. Your blessing is not late. I know it feels late. I know the calendar says time has passed, but in the spiritual realm, it was simply being protected. Delay is not denial. Delay is the shield God places over you when the blessing is too precious to be touched by interference. Think of it this way, my child. Imagine a beautiful golden gift placed on a table. But surrounding that table are greedy hands, envious eyes, and spirits waiting to steal it the moment it is touched. Would heaven allow you to walk up and pick it up while danger surrounded you? No. Jesus covered it. He hid it. He guarded it. He made it invisible to the enemy until every wrong hand was removed from the room. And now, my beloved, look around you with your spiritual eyes. Those hands are gone. The danger has passed. Do you know what this means for your life right now? It means your blessing is being released without resistance. There will be no more spiritual blockages. There will be no more hidden jealousy tripping you up. There will be no more silent attacks draining your energy. The road ahead of you is clearing up. The fog is lifting. My beloved, let this truth settle deep inside your spirit like a seed in good soil. You are entering a season where your winds cannot be stopped. My child, the next doors that open for you will open easily. You will not have to force them. You will not have to bang on them until your hands bleed. The next opportunities that appear will arrive naturally, almost as if they were looking for you. The next blessings that come will feel effortless, because heaven has already fought the bloody battle behind them. My beloved, Jesus did not just stop the attack. He did something even more powerful. He reversed it. There is a divine law that says what the enemy intends for evil, God turns for good. The energy that was meant to harm you will now elevate you. The person who whispered against you will now be forced to watch you rise. The delay that scared you will now turn into acceleration. If you believe God is turning things around for you, press the like button. Let that simple click be your act of faith that activates this divine reversal in your life today. If you are ready for this divine acceleration and you refuse to walk slowly any longer, declare your readiness in the comments. I move forward in faith. Let these words signal to the spiritual realm that you are done waiting and ready to be pulled into your purpose. My child, you will not walk slowly into your miracle. You will be pulled into it. There is a magnetic force now at play. My beloved, there is a sacred reason Jesus brought you here to this message today. You needed these exact words to break the last chain of fear sitting in your heart. Fear weakens miracles, but awareness strengthens them. Now that you know what truly happened in the spiritual realm, the miracle can finally flow toward you without obstruction. My child, there is more. A sign is coming. A confirmation is on its way to you. Heaven always sends a signal before the manifestation arrives. My beloved, within the next few hours, or perhaps the next couple of days, something unusual will happen in your life. It will be a sudden shift in energy. It might be a moment of crystal clear clarity where the confusion vanishes. It might be a meaningful coincidence, seeing a number, hearing a name, or finding an object that speaks to your soul. It might be a message from someone you didn't expect, or a sudden feeling of deep, washing peace that arrives without explanation. That will be your signal, my child. Do not ignore it. Do not brush it off as random chance. It will be subtle, but it will be powerful. It will tell you that the blessing Jesus protected is entering your physical reality. My beloved, your name is being spoken in heaven right now. Your future is being arranged like a beautiful feast. Your path is being cleared of thorns. Your destiny is being rewritten in your favor. My child, you are not reading this by accident. You are reading this because your miracle refused to lose you. My beloved, stay with me. This message is nowhere near done. I have only opened the first layers of this truth. My child, my beloved, take a deep breath before you continue. Center yourself, because what I am about to reveal is something heaven kept hidden from you until this exact moment. It was not hidden because you were unworthy. It was not hidden because you were unprepared. It was hidden because timing is the key that unlocks divine protection. And now, the time has finally come. My beloved, you have asked yourself many times in the dark, Why do things fall apart just when I start to rise? Why does the carpet get pulled out from under me the moment I stand up? You blamed yourself. You blamed yourself for the delays, for the disappointments, for the closed doors. But the truth is this: someone saw your blessing before you did. Your spirit carries a glow, a radiance that others notice long before the miracle reaches your hands. Some admire it, yes, but some envy it, and some try to dim it. My child, listen closely, for this is a hard truth, but a freeing one. The attack that tried to stop your blessing came from someone who pretended to care. It was not a stranger. It was a person who knows your story. They know your wounds. They know your desires. It was someone who watched you climb from your lowest moments, yet feared your victory more than they celebrated your rise. That is the heart behind the attack Jesus stopped. My beloved, understand this. Their intentions were not always evil from the start. Sometimes jealousy grows quietly, like a weed in a garden. It begins as comparison. They compare their life to yours. Then it turns into resentment. Then it becomes spiritual interference. They did not curse you with their mouth. They would never say it aloud. They cursed you with their emotions, my child. But Jesus saw it. Jesus felt it. And Jesus blocked it. He said, "This one's blessing is protected. Their destiny cannot be touched by human envy." My beloved, do not let this frighten you. I do not tell you this to make you paranoid. Instead, let it empower you. Because if the enemy used someone close to send shadows toward your path, it means your light is too strong to be touched from far away. Only someone emotionally connected to you could even attempt it, and even they failed. My child, there is a reason Jesus stepped in personally. The blessing that was coming to you was not ordinary. It was something heaven had been preparing for months, maybe even years. It was something that could change the entire direction of your life. My beloved, not all blessings are equal. Some are small doors that lead to small rooms. Some are gentle turns in the road. But this one, this was a destiny gate. This was a moment that shifts everything that comes after it. And that is why the attack rose. And that is why Jesus stopped it. My child, you may not know this, but your spirit has been glowing with divine favor lately. Even when you felt tired, even when you felt empty, even when you felt lost, your soul was still rising quietly, steadily. That rise created a vibration, a spiritual signal that drew both blessings and battles toward you. But heaven always sees the battle before you do. There was a moment, a very specific moment in your recent past, when the attack reached its peak. It happened when you were feeling unusually emotional, stressed, or confused. During that moment, the spiritual realm tried to influence your thoughts, your mood, and your confidence, my child. But something amazing happened. Instead of collapsing, you whispered something in your heart. Maybe it was a prayer. Maybe it was a cry. Maybe it was a single sentence like, "God, help me." Or, "I can't do this alone." Or perhaps, "Please guide me." That tiny moment, that small act of faith, activated divine protection over your blessing, my beloved. That is why Jesus stepped in directly. Your spirit called him. Your vulnerability summoned heaven. Your pain unlocked divine interference. You need to stay close to this source of truth. Subscribe to this channel as an act of obedience, ensuring that your spirit stays fed and guarded as you walk through this transition. My child, you may not realize it, but you are deeply protected. You are spiritually guarded in ways you cannot see with your physical eyes. Your soul is marked with divine ownership, and heaven refuses to let darkness interrupt your destiny. My beloved, now listen carefully to what comes next. The person who sent negativity toward you will experience a spiritual shift. I want to be clear. This is not about harm, and it is not about punishment. It is about realization. They will suddenly feel a distance growing between you. They will feel confusion around their own choices and a strange discomfort with their own emotions. This is their lesson, and their lesson is necessary for your destiny to flow freely. My child, do not seek revenge. Do not speak against them. Do not harden your heart. Jesus has already handled it. Your only task now is to rise, step into your blessing, and allow heaven to complete what it started. My beloved, there is another revelation I must share. The attack failed, but something miraculous happened as a result. The blessing grew stronger. Every time an attack rises and fails, the blessing multiplies. That is the law of the spiritual realm. Pressure creates diamonds. That is why what is coming to you is far bigger than what was originally planned. My child, something is going to change in your life very soon. A sudden alignment, a breakthrough that feels almost unreal, a moment where everything begins to flow again. My beloved, this shift will happen quietly at first, then quickly. Your sleep will change. You will rest deeper. Your energy will change. You will feel lighter. Your intuition will sharpen. Your heart will feel unburdened without explanation. These are the physical signs that the protected blessing is now moving freely toward you. My child, do you feel the warmth rising in your chest as you read this? Do you feel the calm forming behind your thoughts? Do you feel the heaviness dissolving like mist in the sun? That is the Holy Spirit settling the atmosphere around you. That is the confirmation that this message is for you. Not by coincidence, but by divine timing. My beloved, you were not meant to miss this. You were not supposed to skip this message. Heaven orchestrated your steps to land right here, because now you are ready to receive the next revelation, the most important one. My child, this is why you are about to rise. Not slowly, not quietly, but suddenly. My beloved, when the blessing arrives, even you will say, "This feels too big for me." But heaven will respond, "You carried suffering that was too big too." This is the repayment. My child, your name is written on a divine schedule. Your blessing has a delivery date. Your destiny has a path. Nothing can steal what heaven sealed. My beloved, stay in this message. Your spirit is absorbing more than your mind can process. You are being prepared for the next revelation. One that explains what Jesus has planned for your next chapter now that the attack has failed. My child, my beloved, as you step into this next part of the message, feel the atmosphere around you shift again. Something inside you is opening wider. Now you are not just reading, you are receiving. You are absorbing truth your soul waited months, maybe years to hear. And heaven is watching you right now with tenderness, because you are finally ready to walk into the life that was always meant for you. My beloved, when a blessing survives an attack, it does not return the way it left. It comes back stronger. It comes back brighter. It comes back heavier with divine purpose. And that is exactly what is happening to your destiny right now. The blessing that Jesus protected has transformed during the delay. It is no longer something small or ordinary. It is something that will redefine your path completely. My child, your next chapter begins quietly. You will not notice it all at once with fireworks. It starts as a shift in your inner world before it becomes visible in your outer world. This is how heaven works. First, the spirit changes, then the mind changes, then the life changes. My beloved, let me reveal what your life will start to look like now. The first change will be clarity. Thoughts that once felt tangled like knots will begin to straighten out. Questions that haunted you in the night will begin to fade away. Confusion will loosen its grip on your mind. This clarity is not coming from your own thinking. It is being poured into you. It is the replacement for the confusion that the attack tried to plant in your spirit. My child, the second change will be renewed strength, a strength you thought you had lost forever, a strength you didn't even know you still had access to. You will wake up on random days feeling more energized than usual. You will notice yourself handling stressful situations with a calmness that surprises even you. This strength is the evidence that Jesus has placed new spiritual armor around your path. My beloved, the third change will come in your relationships. People who drained your spirit will begin to distance themselves on their own. People who were pretending will reveal their true intentions. A few new connections may enter your life. People with pure hearts, honest intentions, and spiritual alignment. This is not coincidence. It is spiritual filtration. Heaven is cleaning your house. My child, the fourth change will be in your intuition. Your inner voice will grow louder and more certain. Your dreams may become clearer. You may begin sensing things before they happen. This is heaven restoring your spiritual sensitivity that the attack tried to dull. You will start recognizing doors that belong to you and doors that do not. My beloved, the fifth change, and this is the one that will shock you, will be acceleration. Things that once took months will start happening within days. Opportunities will appear faster. Solutions will come easier. Blessings will unfold smoother. This is what happens when a blocked blessing becomes an unstoppable blessing. My child, you will notice unusual patterns. People speaking your name in rooms you've never entered. Help coming from unexpected places. Problems resolving themselves without your effort. Money flowing in ways you didn't plan. These are signs that heaven has shifted your timeline. My beloved, Jesus is placing you into a season of divine momentum. This is the reward for what you survived. This is the repayment for the spiritual attack that failed. This is the sign that the blessing is now free. My child, let me tell you something that may shake your heart, but it is a truth you need to hear to move forward. You were never meant to stay in the life you struggled through. You were never designed to remain in the chapter where you fought just to survive. You were meant to outgrow it. That is why it felt so uncomfortable. That is why it felt so heavy on your shoulders. That is why you felt like you didn't truly belong in certain places or with certain people anymore. Your spirit was already growing beyond them, even while your body was still standing there. My beloved, the next chapter of your life is not built on survival. It is built on elevation. Suffering shaped you, yes. Delay matured you, yes. Attacks refined you, absolutely. But now the blessing will promote you. My child, there will be a moment very soon. A moment you will never forget as long as you live. Where everything suddenly makes sense. You will understand why you suffered. You will understand why you had to wait. You will understand why you cried yourself to sleep. You will understand why you felt so alone in crowded rooms. You will understand why you almost gave up but didn't. That moment of realization will arrive like a spiritual sunrise, warming everything it touches. My beloved, but you must know this deeper truth. The blessing Jesus protected is not just something you will receive, it is something you will become. You are becoming something new, and you need constant guidance. Press subscribe to secure your alignment with this transformation. It is your way of saying, Lord, I am listening and I am not turning back. My child, your life will change from the inside out. Your mindset will shift from lack to abundance. Your confidence will grow from fragile to unshakable. Your voice will strengthen. Your energy will expand. Your presence will attract favor instead of rejection. This is what divine transformation feels like. My beloved, there is still something deeper I need to reveal. Something Jesus asked me to pass on to you now that your heart is open enough to receive it. Your blessing was not under attack because it was fragile. It was under attack because it was powerful. The enemy fights what he fears, and he feared what this blessing would unlock within you. My child, you are stepping into a version of yourself that will carry a higher calling, a greater purpose, and a more abundant destiny. And that is why you were protected. Heaven never wastes protection on someone insignificant. You are chosen. You are marked. You are destined. My beloved, there is another revelation you must grasp. The attack failed, but the blessing grew stronger. Every time an attack rises against a child of God and fails, the blessing multiplies. That is the law of the spiritual realm. That is why what is coming to you is far bigger than what was originally planned for you. Do not let this promise pass you by. Like this video to claim this multiplication over your life. Let it be a physical sign that you are open and ready to receive more than you asked for. If you sense this shift happening in your spirit and you are ready for the blessing to multiply, type Amen in the comments. By doing so, you are aligning your agreement with heaven's law and opening the door for the increase. My child, something is going to change in your life very soon. A sudden alignment, a breakthrough that feels unreal, a moment where everything begins to flow again. My beloved, this shift will happen quietly at first, then quickly. Your sleep will change. Your energy will change. Your intuition will sharpen. Your heart will feel lighter without explanation. These are signs that the protected blessing is now moving freely. My child, do you feel the warmth rising in your chest as you read this? Do you feel the calm forming behind your thoughts? Do you feel the heaviness dissolving? That is the Holy Spirit settling the atmosphere around you. That is the confirmation that this message is for you, not by coincidence, but by divine timing. My beloved, you were not meant to miss this. You were not supposed to skip this message. Heaven orchestrated your steps to land right here because now you are ready to receive the next revelation, the most important one. What happens next? My child, my beloved, before I reveal the 3 specific signs that your protected blessing is about to manifest, I want you to take a moment and notice what is happening inside you right now. Something in your spirit is opening up. Something in your breathing is calming down. Something in your mind is aligning with peace. This is not ordinary. This is spiritual preparation. My beloved, when heaven gets ready to release a blessing that was once under attack, the first thing it does is prepare the heart of the receiver. That is what is happening to you right now. As you read these words, the emotional clutter that tried to block your blessing is being cleared out. You may not see it happening with your eyes, but your spirit feels it. My child, you are entering the beginning of your miracle window. This is the moment when heaven whispers before it acts. When destiny shifts quietly before it becomes visible to the world. Something in your life is about to move, and the signs will come sooner than you expect. My beloved, here is the first sign, a sudden emotional release. This may feel like sudden peace washing over you. It may feel like unexpected tears that fall without sadness. It may feel like a wave of relief that comes without a logical reason. It may happen when you are alone in your room, when you are quiet, or when you are thinking about nothing at all. This emotional release is not sadness. Do not mistake it for pain. It is the unwinding of the spiritual pressure that was sitting on your blessing. My child, Jesus removed the block from your path, but the energy of that attack remained around your emotions like a fog. When you feel that sudden release, know this: the final residue is leaving your soul. The blessing is now free to enter. This is not just emotion, it is divine cleansing. My beloved, here is the second sign. Something unexpected will shift in your outer world. This is the physical evidence of spiritual movement. This may be a message you receive out of the blue. It may be a call from a number you don't recognize. It may be a coincidence that feels too specific to be random. It may be an opportunity that lands in your lap. It may be a sudden idea that strikes you like lightning. Or it may be a person stepping away from your life or stepping closer to it. The shift will be noticeable. You will pause in your tracks and think, why did this happen right now? The answer is because heaven is rearranging the furniture of your life for your blessing to land safely. My child, sometimes a person exits your life to make room for a blessing that is too big for them to handle. Sometimes a door closes because a better one is opening down the hall. Sometimes your routine shifts because your destiny is changing its tempo. Whatever the shift is, do not fear it. It is a divine adjustment made on your behalf. My beloved, now, the most powerful one. Here is the third sign. Your spirit will feel a quiet knowing. This knowing is subtle, but it is incredibly strong. It feels like confidence without reasons. It feels like hope without evidence. It feels like a sense that something good is coming, even though nothing around you has changed yet. This knowing is heaven's voice echoing inside your soul. My child, this is the sign Jesus sends when the blessing is very close. Not weeks away, not months away, close. The knowing is the whisper that comes before manifestation. When you feel it, do not ignore it. Embrace it. Lean into it. It is confirmation that what was delayed is now arriving. My beloved, you may already be feeling one of these signs as you read this. If so, that is not coincidence. That is timing. Heaven always moves right when your spirit is ready. My child, but now I must reveal something deeper. The blessing that was under spiritual attack did not survive because of luck. It survived because of who you are in the eyes of heaven. You are not ordinary. Your spirit is not weak. You carry a destiny that scares darkness. That is why you were attacked, and that is why you are protected. My beloved, there is a divine reason Jesus stepped forward himself instead of sending an angel to defend you. Angels fight battles, yes. But Jesus intervenes personally when the blessing carries a future purpose. Your blessing is not just for you. It will impact someone else, maybe even many people. That is why the attack could not be permitted to win. My child, I want you to understand something sacred. Your suffering was not wasted. Your tears were not ignored. Your delays were not punishments. They were preparation. Do you feel that truth settling in your chest? That warmth, that clarity? That is your spirit agreeing with heaven. My beloved, there is still more to reveal. Jesus did not just stop the attack, he redirected it. Where the enemy tried to place confusion, Jesus placed wisdom. Where the enemy tried to create loss, Jesus placed restoration. Where the enemy tried to break your confidence, Jesus placed elevation. My child, this is why you are about to rise. Not slowly, not quietly, but suddenly. My beloved, when the blessing arrives, even you will say, "This feels too big for me." But heaven will respond, "You carried suffering that was too big too." This is the repayment. My child, your name is written on a divine schedule. Your blessing has a delivery date. Your destiny has a path. Nothing can steal what heaven sealed. My beloved, stay in this message. Your spirit is absorbing more than your mind can process. You are being prepared for the next revelation, one that explains what Jesus has planned for your next chapter now that the attack has failed. My child, my beloved, as you step into this next part of the message, feel the atmosphere around you shift again. Something inside you is opening wider now. You are not just reading, you are receiving. You are absorbing truth your soul waited months, maybe years to hear. And heaven is watching you right now with tenderness because you are finally ready to walk into the life that was always meant for you. My child, my beloved, now that your spirit has absorbed the truth of your protection, it is time to reveal what heaven is preparing to send into your life first. Every blessing has its own timing, its own entry point, and its own spiritual signature. And Jesus wants you to understand the kind of miracles that will appear before the larger manifestation arrives. My beloved, listen with your heart, not just your mind. What you are about to hear will explain the strange sensations you have been feeling recently. The sudden hope, the quiet excitement, the unexpected calm in moments where you once felt afraid. These emotions are not random. They are spiritual signals of what is coming. My child, the first type of blessing that will show up in your life is the restorative blessing. This is the blessing that returns what you lost, but in a better form. It may be money that was drained. It may be energy that was stolen. It may be relationships that were broken. Or it may be opportunities that slipped away. Whatever was taken, drained, or delayed will begin flowing back to you, not as a replacement, but as restoration, my beloved. If you claim this restoration over your finances, your heart, and your life, write, "I claim my restoration," in the comments below. Do not just think it. Write it as a decree that what was stolen must return to you multiplied. My beloved, you will feel it before you see it. You will wake up one day with a lighter heart. Your spirit will whisper, "I feel different today." This shift is the spiritual restoration that comes prior to physical change. Just as your spirit was attacked first, your spirit will be healed first. My child, the second blessing that will appear is clarity of direction. You have been walking through seasons of uncertainty, confusion, and unanswered questions. But now that the attack has been destroyed, you will begin to see your path more clearly. Ideas will come. Solutions will appear. Decisions will become easier. This is not you thinking more. This is heaven guiding more. My beloved, do not underestimate divine clarity. It is one of the highest forms of blessing. When a person knows where they are going, the enemy loses power over them. My child, the third blessing that will emerge is a financial shift. This does not necessarily mean instant wealth overnight, though for some it may appear that way. It means the way money flows into your life will begin to change. Where there was blockage, there will be movement. Where there was lack, there will be supply. Where there was uncertainty, there will be stability. My beloved, money responds to spiritual alignment. When the attack on your blessing was active, the flow was restricted. Now that Jesus has removed the interference, the flow will begin again. Slowly at first, then suddenly. My beloved, release your faith into this financial shift. Press the like button as a seed of faith, declaring that you trust Jesus to accelerate the abundance flowing into your hands. My child, the fourth blessing that will show up is unexpected favor. Someone may help you without being asked. Someone may speak on your behalf without you knowing. Someone may offer you something you did not chase. This is heaven placing the right people in the right positions at the right time. My beloved, do not dismiss small acts of favor. They are the signs that larger miracles are on their way. My child, the fifth blessing that will enter your life is emotional peace. This is not ordinary peace. This is divine peace that settles into your bones. A peace that no external situation can disturb. A peace that makes you feel protected even when nothing around you has changed yet. Jesus gives this peace only to those who have survived a spiritual attack. My beloved, pay close attention when you feel this peace. It is the announcement of a nearing miracle. My child, the sixth blessing is new openings. This could be a job shift, a new opportunity, a sudden idea, a shift in your environment, or a chance to step into something you once feared. These openings are not coincidences. They are invitations. Heaven is realigning your path so you can step into your destiny without resistance. My beloved, the seventh blessing is healing of old wounds. Memories that once hurt will lose their sting. People who once triggered you will no longer hold emotional power. Pain that once held you hostage will finally loosen its grip. This is the healing that comes after divine protection. The enemy targeted your blessing because your past pain made you vulnerable. But Jesus healed the vulnerability itself. My child, and now for the most powerful one. The eighth blessing is identity awakening. You will begin to see yourself differently, not through the eyes of fear, not through the eyes of your past, but through the eyes of heaven. Your confidence will grow. Your voice will strengthen. Your presence will shift. People around you will begin to notice the change without you saying a word. My beloved, identity is the foundation of every blessing. That is why the enemy attacked you, to keep you from discovering who you truly are. But that attack failed, and now your divine identity is rising. My child, there is something you must understand. These blessings will come in waves. Some softly, some suddenly, some quietly, and one in particular, the biggest one, will arrive in a way that shocks even you. My beloved, Jesus is not just returning your blessing. He is returning the version of you that was lost during the years of struggle. He is giving you back your fire, your courage, your hope, your joy, and your spiritual power. My child, your next chapter is not just about receiving miracles. It is about becoming the person who can carry them. My child, my beloved, you have traveled far into this message, and that alone reveals something powerful about the tenacity of your spirit. Many others would have scrolled away by now. Many would have dismissed the pull they felt in their chest. Many would have ignored the quiet whisper inside their soul, urging them to listen. But not you. You stayed. You continued. You kept reading because something deep inside your marrow knows this message is not ordinary. It is meant for you, and you alone. My beloved, now we step into the deepest revelation of all. This is the truth the enemy hoped you would never learn. It is the answer to the question that has stayed hidden behind every delay, every hardship, every spiritual attack, and every moment you felt blocked for no logical reason. Why were you targeted? Why did the enemy invest so much energy, envy, and spiritual interference into stopping your specific blessing? My child, it is because of something heaven sees in you that you have not fully discovered yet. It is a power within you, a calling tied to your destiny, a light that scares the darkness. It is a purpose that will influence more lives than you realize. The enemy did not attack you because you are weak. He attacked you because you are dangerous to the darkness. If you know you are a warrior of light, press the like button now. Let it be a signal that you are awake, you are powerful, and you are ready to shine brighter than ever before. My beloved, think of a lighthouse standing on a rocky shore. The storm does not crash against the hidden rocks. It crashes against the lighthouse. Why? Because the lighthouse carries the light that saves ships. You are that lighthouse. Your spirit carries a blueprint, a divine design that makes you a threat to anything that thrives in fear, confusion, negativity, or limitation. You were born with a spiritual radiance that, when fully activated, will break generational patterns, lift others out of despair, transform toxic environments, and shift spiritual atmospheres. You were never meant to blend into the world, my child. You were meant to change it. My child, that is the real reason the attack came. It was not because of what you possess in your hands. It was because of who you are becoming in your spirit. My beloved, let me take you deeper into this truth. There are people in this world who carry simple blessings. And then there are people, like you, who carry destiny. Blessings affect single lives. Destiny affects generations. You belong to the second category. The blessing that Jesus protected is tied to something bigger, something that extends far beyond your personal desires or immediate needs. This blessing is the key that unlocks the next level of your purpose. That is why darkness wanted to stop it. Your blessing is not just a reward for your patience. It is an activation of your power. My child, have you ever noticed that your life has never been normal? Your journey was never simple like those around you. Your emotions were always deeper. Your intuition was always stronger. Your suffering was always heavier. Your heart was always more sensitive to the pain of others. This is not weakness, my beloved. This is spiritual wiring. This is the mark of a chosen vessel. My beloved, people like you attract attacks not because they are fragile, but because they are chosen to walk paths others cannot navigate. When you were young, you experienced pain that shaped your empathy. When you grew older, you faced challenges that matured your wisdom. When you cried, your tears were counted by angels. When you broke, your spirit remained unshaken. That resilience is exactly what frightened the enemy. My child, the enemy does not waste strategic attacks on people who pose no threat to his kingdom. He targeted you because your future holds influence, healing, spiritual elevation, abundance, and impact. You were born to carry light into places where it has been absent for too long. My beloved, let me reveal the hidden truth of your lineage. You are a cycle breaker. You are the one sent to stop the patterns of pain, lack, and brokenness that have run through your family or your community. If you accept this mantle and you know deep in your soul that you are the one chosen to change your family's story, type Amen in the comments. Let this be your public acceptance of the call to be the cycle breaker. This is a heavy calling, and you need a community of faith. Subscribe now to join the other chosen ones. Let this act confirm that you are committed to breaking the cycle and walking in the new way. My beloved, understand this clearly. Your destiny is not just about what you receive. It is about who you will become and who you will lift with you when you rise. That is why the attack focused so intensely on your blessing. If the enemy could delay what was meant for you, he believed he could slow down the awakening of your purpose, because he knows that once you rise, you won't rise alone. You will pull others up with you. You will inspire. You will guide. You will shine in a way that breaks chains around other people without you even touching them. My child, darkness targeted you because light recognizes its enemy. My beloved, but here is the miracle that defeats the darkness. The very attack meant to break you has now become the absolute proof that you were chosen. Jesus did not just protect your blessing, he used the attack to reveal your power to the spiritual realm. My child, you have survived things that would have destroyed others. You have carried burdens that were too heavy for one person to bear. You have healed wounds without receiving apologies. You have walked through valleys of darkness without losing your inner light. That is the undeniable evidence of divine purpose. My beloved, now Jesus wants you to understand how your specific destiny works. You are not meant to walk an ordinary path. You are not meant to have an ordinary life. You are not meant to have ordinary blessings. Everything about you is marked with depth, meaning, purpose, and spiritual significance. My child, your destiny has 3 distinct layers, and the attack was aimed at destroying the deepest one. The first layer is personal abundance. This is the financial stability, the emotional peace, the physical well-being, and the spiritual clarity you are stepping into right now. This is the layer where your needs are met, where your struggle ends, and where you finally breathe freely. The enemy tried to block this because he knows that when you are in survival mode, you cannot dream. But now that Jesus has secured this layer, you are free to move to the next. The second layer is purpose alignment. This is where you begin to understand your true calling. It is where your unique gifts start becoming visible to the world. It is where your job becomes a vocation, where your words carry weight, and where you realize why you were placed on this earth. The enemy feared this layer because a person with purpose is unstoppable. The third layer, and the most important one, is destiny impact. This is where you begin influencing others, directly or indirectly, through your journey. It is where your story becomes a guiding light for someone lost in the dark. It is where your life becomes a living testimony of God's grace. It is where you leave a legacy that outlasts your time on earth. My beloved, the enemy attacked your blessing because if layer 1 was delayed, he believed layers 2 and 3 would never activate. He underestimated one thing. He underestimated who stands beside you. Jesus was watching. And Jesus has already decided that your destiny will unfold no matter the attack, no matter the delay, and no matter the opposition. My child, There is still a deeper truth that I must reveal to close this circle. Something personal, something sacred, something meant only for souls like yours who have endured the fire. The blessing that is coming is not just a gift, it is a weapon against the darkness. When you prosper, darkness shrinks. When you heal, pain loses its grip. When you rise, the enemy falls. Your victory is not just for your enjoyment, it is a spiritual defeat of the enemy's plan. My beloved, you are entering a time where the heavens are sealing your protection. Imagine a wax seal on a royal letter. It cannot be broken by anyone except the king. Your life is that letter. Your destiny is the message inside, and Jesus has placed his seal upon you. To keep this seal fresh upon your spirit, make sure you are subscribed. It is a small step of obedience that keeps the door open for continuous confirmation and spiritual covering. Archangel, no curse can stick to you. No negative word can penetrate your armor. No delay can hold you back any longer. My child, listen to the silence in your heart right now. That is the sound of the battle ending. The noise is gone. The chaos is settling. The dust is clearing. And standing there in the clear light of a new day is your blessing. It is waiting for you. It is intact. It is beautiful. And it is yours. My beloved, as you prepare to leave this message and return to your day, do not go back to being the same person who started reading this. You are different now. You are aware. You are armed with truth. You are spiritually validated. Walk with your head high. Walk with the confidence of someone who knows they are divinely protected. My child, before you go, let us seal this truth in the spirit. You do not need to speak loud words. Your heart's agreement is enough. Heaven hears the whisper of faith louder than the shout of doubt. Receive this now. I am the child who survived the storm. I am the vessel Jesus protected. I accept my blessing not with fear, but with authority. I release every residue of the attack that tried to stop me. I forgive the hands that were used against me, for they did not know they were pushing me into my destiny. I step out of the delay and into the divine acceleration. I am ready for the restoration. I am ready for the clarity. I am ready for the abundance. I am ready to be the person heaven created me to be. If you stand in full agreement with this prayer and you are ready to walk out of this message as a new person, type Amen one final time in the comments. Let this be the seal that locks this truth into your spirit forever. My beloved, it is done. The spiritual transaction is complete. The block is removed. The door is open. The angels have been dispatched. The miracle is in motion. Go now, my child. Go in peace. Go in power. And go in expectation. The next time you feel a shift in the atmosphere, the next time you see a sign, the next time you feel that sudden wash of peace, smile. My child, do not keep this light to yourself. Share this video now. As you bless someone else with this truth, watch how heaven extends the blessing back into your own life. Be a vessel of His grace today. Heaven loves you. Jesus walks with you. Your time is now.